Did you know that your favorite fake rapper Kingpin's co-CEO was/is a major federal informant? And that all the while spinning his tales of street intrigue and hinting at his own Scarface-esque coke career, that Beyonce's life partner was plotting strategy with a person who kept herself out of prison by sending her old friends and business partners straight to the belly of the beast to get herself out of trouble. Well, that's the story of current Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. And as of late, Jay-Z and his Roc Nation partners have been busily branding S. Carter's brand by throwing around the phrase social justice a lot. They produced an elaborate multi-part series for Amazon on the extremely minor legal troubles of Meek Mill. Now, prison reform is a central plank of what Roc Nation's doing, and I guess a part of the personal branding strategy of Jay-Z as he becomes this sort of political figure almost. But I wonder if any of the people that Roc Nation co-founder Desiree Perez put in a federal penitentiary got released early, or if they were pardoned by Donald Trump, a man whom Jay and Bey professed their disdain for every chance they got. I guess when you're a rap billionaire, you get to have your cake, put on the icing, and eat it too. Here's a quote from the official biography of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. As one of Roc Nation's 5 founders, Perez has shaped the company's course at every step of the way. When hip-hop artist turned mogul Jay-Z, a fellow Roc Nation founder, appointed her as CEO in 2019, Perez gained the designation to match her level of impact. Perez, however, places little emphasis on the change in her title. Her focus remains the same as it always has been: doing what's right for the company and for the world. Back in March of 2015, it actually came out, though it doesn't seem like many people heard about it. The New York Daily News released the story that Perez had been arrested back in 1994 for possession of 35 keys of cocaine and struck a deal with the feds, which led to her wearing wiretaps and working deals from Puerto Rico all the way down into Colombia. And there was a 19-person massive indictment that resulted, I'm sure not just from her work, but her work was a part of. Now, Desiree Perez was the wife of Juan O.G. Perez, one of Jay-Z's longtime business partners. We met back in '96, and Perez herself kind of got her start in the Roc Nation family, managing the 4040 Club in Manhattan. So Juan O.G. Perez comes from Harlem, same place Dame Dash and I think Biggs Burke is from, and he got introduced to Jay-Z back in '96 by Kareem Biggs Burke. Now, coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, Biggs Burke got 5 years in federal prison for being part of a marijuana conspiracy right after he parted ways with Jay-Z and the nascent Roc Nation that was formed in the wake of the breakup of Rockefeller. And in 2003, O.G. Perez and Jay-Z started the 4040 chain. And again, they were introduced back in 1996, which would have been, well, 2 years after Desiree Perez was arrested with the 35 kilos. And she probably still would have been working, because 35 kilos is a lot to get caught with. And the case that she informed in had literal tons, like thousands of kilos of cocaine and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of drugs in the case. So the feds don't just, let you wear one wiretap on those size of cases. So if he met Jay-Z in '96, almost certain his wife was still working with the feds in '96. And it'd be hard to not know your wife was working undercover or working as an informant for the federal government in a major drug case. And this was at the time when Jay-Z claims he was still at the tail end of his own, drug dealing career. He implies in some of his songs he was some type of kingpin. So all this stuff doesn't really make a lot of sense. Unless you look at it from the perspective of a bunch of people who were, informants working together, or Jay-Z was just a facade all along and they didn't have any radar of who was an informant, or it wasn't relevant to him who was an informant because he wasn't really selling drugs, which is good. I don't promote people selling drugs, but you know, part of Jay-Z's whole glitz and glamour, especially in the beginning, was that he had been a real street guy, and I don't see how that's possible when someone that you started working with's wife is a current informant in a major case. She's not just somebody, you know, buying an ounce to get out of some trouble and no one knows about it. I'm sure her husband would have known what was going on. So back to the case that Desiree got embroiled in. The case was actually involving the Perez family. And it was led by a Miami seafood distributor named Luis Miguel Perez, who was rounded up in a major drug investigation in South Florida. And that year, and then 19 people, including Desiree Perez, got indicted for the case. Now, Perez is a very common last name, obviously, and I don't know what she related to these people, but, you know, often large criminal conspiracies, whether they're black street gangs, the Italian mafia, or whoever, you know, it's families involved. And I don't know how else a woman that would have been pretty young, I don't know, in her, say, early 20s or something at the time of this case happened, how a woman in her early 20s has 35 kilos unless it's family business. But I don't know that to be the case. It'd be interesting if somebody could look into it, though I'm sure the records on all this have been well scrubbed. According to the indictment, the family smuggled cocaine into South Florida for 10 years to the tune of 35 to 50 tons. One particular load they knew about was 908 kilos at once that came into Fort Lauderdale. I'm not sure what the sentences of everybody else in the case was, but I know one guy who was just a pilot, he got 360 months. That's 30 years. I don't think Desiree Perez did any time, so she must have did some real effective informant work. More than 6,000 kilos got seized in this case, and I'm sure at least some of it was of the direct result of Jay-Z's business partner, the current CEO of Roc Nation, and she was doing all this work right around the time Jay-Z claims he was some type of drug kingpin or street legend or whatever he was supposed to be. Now, if that's not hypocritical enough, the next thing that bothers me is how cynically hip-hop celebrities, who on one hand cater to their demographic by bad-mouthing Trump, not that I disagree with most of the negative things said about Trump, and yet pander to him for get-out-of-jail-free cards in exchange for trying to help basically suppress the black vote by getting black voters to be disenchanted with the Democratic Party by seeing so many black celebrities like Lil Wayne, for example, or Kodak Black appear with him, even though I don't think either one of them was even registered to vote. According to a White House statement, Desiree Perez was granted a full pardon for her crimes way back 25 years ago of her involvement in a conspiracy to distribute narcotics. That's directly from the White House. So while Donald Trump was trying to put the U.S. military on the streets, and thankfully he was stopped by military leaders to shut down the protests about police violence against the black population, Desiree Perez and Roc Nation, and who knows, maybe even the Jigga Man himself, was lobbying behind the scenes to get Desiree's record wiped clean, even though her troubles were 25 years in the past and haven't stopped her from getting rich. And I haven't seen any mention in any of the articles about her getting any of the people she helped put in prison a pardon, but maybe I just missed that part. Quote, since her conviction, Ms. Perez has taken full accountability for her actions and turned her life around, said
Head of Roc Nation, Desiree Perez. Nation, Desiree Perez.
Good evening, everyone.
I say shout out to Desi. Shout out to Desi. She got me out. She got me out the contract.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, shout out to Desiree.
Okay.
You know about this?
Nah.
Desiree Perez became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s. She got arrested in 1994 for possession of 35 kilos of cocaine.
Desiree Perez and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter.
I'm gonna let these niggas.
Into the black distribution situation back in the 2000s. This was the idea that was generated by Simon A.K. Suge, right? And the reason why I'm speaking on this and I'm able to speak on it is because I was there, bro. I was at the round table. I attended a few meetings with him personally. I flew out of state with him a couple of times. And during this time, this is what Simon Suge had came up with this idea, bro, like, you know, we need to cut out the middle, man. We need to cut out these Jews, man, and cut them all the way out the mix to where we do our own distributing. We become our own distributor, we become our own manufacturer, our own promoters. And we doing everything as is, besides them putting up the money for promotion and distributing, then we're carrying all the weight, we're doing most of the work, then why not do it all? So we came up with this concept, black distributors. So being the fact that Death Row, Rap-A-Lot, Murder Inc., No Limit, I'm leaving out one, it was one more because it was five. Rockefeller. These were, and Bad Boy was on the list, but it was exempt based on Simon and P. Diddy's situation and relations. So his overall idea was eventually to bring Bad Boy and them in and become a part of it as well if they want to merge and join. However, those main five that I just named, Simon came up with this concept, this idea, bro, we should become black distributors and bring all of these main CEOs together who's running these prominent companies right now that's independent, who's selling millions and millions of records. We all come together, bro, and distribute our own music and distribute and package our own shit. So Simon hosted a couple of meetings, and these meetings was underground. So
let me ask you this: was everybody flying to LA for these meetings?
2 and 4th.
2 and 4, okay.
2 and 4th. He was LA, some parts of New York, and down south to Houston.
Okay.
And so, but primarily here in LA. But Simon was flying different places though, dealing with the CEOs of the matters.
Okay.
And so when he came up with this concept, like I say, he introduced it to these individuals. So nobody really knew about it as far as the industry. So nobody knew about the black distribution situation that he was setting up until we had a major hip hop summit. We had a major summit that Steve Harvey and Nation of Islam had hosted in DJ Quick. And Simon showed up at the Simon. This was the last, matter of fact, the last hip hop summit we had before we just had the recent one a couple of years ago in Universal with Snoop and them. But Simon turned the hip hop summit out. You feel me? He showed up and with the Booyah Tribe and you know what I'm saying, a few of the Paru hitters showed up with them and turned the whole summit out. Niggas was in there shaking like a leaf, man. Shaking like a leaf when Simon hit the building, man. You can hear niggas, you can hear a motherfucking needle drop and hit the ground, right? So I'm sitting there waiting on these niggas to get there. Once they got there, Quick jumped up and ran and broke wide out his seat, and a couple of other niggas ain't broke wide. So I got up and sitting Quick in them seat. No, matter of fact, true story, true fact. Quick passed a note for somebody to read, and they passed it to me, and I passed it on down to the panel, and Steve Harvey was sitting right here, and Big Boy was sitting right here. So I took Quick's seat, because Quick and them got up and exit out the side door where Suge got in. So when Suge got there, Suge sit on the same side I'm on. It's Simon, me, Uncle Mike was sitting right here in the first chair, Uncle Mike Conception. Then you had Russell Simmons, wasn't in the building, but he had a seat that was supposed to have been there, but he wasn't there. Then you had Steve Harvey and Big Boy, right? So this was when he kind of publicized it and introduced it and started talking about it. And no sooner as after that summit.
And what year was this?
To be exact, I want give and take. I know because we just went into the millennium, which was 2000. I want to say give and take anywhere between 2001, 2002.
Okay.
Give and take, 2001, 2002, somewhere in that area. And when that took place at the summit, he went to New York. He came back, and I remember we was chilling one night. We was going to a function, and then he brought up the subject about Jay-Z. He started talking about Jay-Z. He talked about Dame, how solid Dame was. You know, Dame was a good businessman, and Dame on his shit, but he was concerned about the nigga Jay-Z. He's a faggot. He's a bitch. He's a faggot. That's all he kept saying. Like Jay-Z was talking about Jay-Z. Come to find out, you know, Jay-Z, Jigga was supposed to have been the one who blew the whistle on the whole ordeal. On the whole ordeal, the fact that they was having these underground secretive meetings.
Hold on. So basically what you trying to say that...
I ain't trying to say a motherfucking thing. I just said it, ninja. Fuck you mean what I'm trying to say? What's wrong with you goddamn interviewees? Nigga, I ain't trying to say shit. I said Jigga blew the whistle.
He snitched.
He told him. On the whole ordeal, the fact that they was having these underground secretive meetings.
Hold on. So basically what you trying to say that...
I ain't trying to say a motherfucking thing. I just said it, ninja. Fuck you mean what I'm trying to say? What's wrong with you goddamn interviewees? Nigga, I ain't trying to say shit. I said Jigga blew the whistle.
He snitched.
He told him, he would have told them people, man, and all hell broke loose. And then from that point on, all 5 of them companies went down. 2 of them, the feds fell in and kicked in on them, which was Rap-A-Lot and Murder Inc. and Simon. They sent Simon ass back to jail on a violation. You feel me? Hit him with 2 violations back to back. Sent them back to jail on violation, got him out the way. This was during the time when the nigga left death row with Key Rock from Rolling 60s. Nigga with tattoos all on his face. One of the only niggas that was out here in the city with tattoos on his face during that time. Key Rock, literally, this is a real crip, nigga. Nigga, I gangbang growing up with as a kid, nigga. Gangbang gets Key Rock ran death row, nigga. Not no goddamn Reggie White. Kid Rock ran that shit. Then Reggie White came along after the fact.
In the last interview we did, you were speaking about how Puffy, he told on Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince about the distribution company they was trying to make. How do you know for a fact that Puffy told the police? So if you don't mind, can you break that down some more, yo, for the people?
Because it wasn't the police, it was the feds, one of the persons who was with them. So you got to understand this, right? Suge Knight was bringing terror onto Uptown Records, had them scared. You understand? Had them scared. That's why Andre Harrell would hire a person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude that didn't care about nothing and that would do his thing against somebody or anybody. He did everything to protect Andre Harrell. But and this is the situation, Suge was extorting them, and they thought he was using extortion tactics. You understand? To get Mary J. Blige's contract right, to get Jodeci contract right. And it was this other person, I don't know if it was Jeff Red, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else in Uptown Records that he was helping to try to get their contracts right. Because they wasn't getting no points, no publishing. They wasn't getting nothing but show money. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when Puff, Kirk Burroughs, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing. And which I'm finding out they wasn't even gonna be a part of it until later. But they was in fear, like they was trying to be made to be a part of this whole distribution thing that Suge Knight was trying to build up with Rockefeller, because it was Dame Dash, it was Irv Gotti, it was Jay Prince, and Death Row. You understand what I'm saying? So now everybody wanna know who's this and who's that, and wanna go back and say, yo, how do you know? It came from the horse's mouth. He said he got all the paperwork to prove it. Kirk Burroughs said it plenty of times, but nobody won't sit down with him. I mean, like, you won't get none of these, these radio stations and all this stuff like that to sit down with him. He said, I got the paperwork. He got files from the from the DEA and the FBI, all that stuff like that. He got plenty of paperwork behind this whole stuff. But people want to get on here and say, yo, because they not privy to the information, you understand, directly from the people who was involved. And you get a person like me that don't give a damn, and I repeat it and tell it.
You do the history of most of the people that got in trouble in the industry, big trouble, who they went to for help? That's true. When Lil Wayne was in trouble, who did he go to? When Meek Mills was in trouble, who he go to? Meek Mills said it himself. Desiree helped me.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life, it ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
If you came to me and say, man, you was right. Down to details. They had me. They said that I'm gonna blow up and I could eat off this. And keep in mind, the chick had a plan too. Like, yo, we could do things. And I can guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery came home and seen, he came home and seen the same thing. Yo, you dealing with her?
Who's the chick?
Desiree.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He came home and had to see it too. Say, yo, what is this? And I can tell you how that conversation probably went. Like, look, man, you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to worry about nothing else ever again. You over here with us now. But what if, yo, she a snitch? Man, fuck that snitch shit, bro. Them people that's talking about that snitch shit, we ain't gonna be breathing in the same ear. That's what you worried about? Them niggas that don't have nothing sitting home? Where you gonna be if you don't get on this side? The hell, get on this side? I can see that conversation happening. And a nigga move all his integrity and morals to the side to take care of his family after he just did 12 years. I can see that. But I don't see, and what I couldn't put past me, is Emery coming to me. Just on some real nigga shit. This is what hurt when I say, when you expect niggas that treat you the way you treat them, And it don't work that way.
That's the worst thing you could ever do in the world.
You know, because I could have expected a nigga to come to me and say, look, man, I don't know what Jay tripping off of. He's still tripping off of that, this, that, and the third. I'm not really with that, but you can't tell him I'm fucking with you. So this is what I'm gonna do. Boom, 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 we work from there. Real nigga shit. Right. But to act like, yo, I'm gonna join forces and do the same thing and play this shit like this? Come on, man. That's humiliating. And now I got you as a yes man. Like, yo, bro, you couldn't even speak up for me. You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit is twisted. And that's how all those conversations, that's how they think of us. They like, really, those guys talking about snitching this and that, they ain't, what you worried about them for? They don't be in our parties. You know what I'm saying? What you worried about that for? Anybody that they deal with, they not gonna bring this up. You think anybody gonna be like, yo, E, man, what happened with you and the Haven? Nope. Because they gonna find themselves out of business or somewhere else. You know, so, you know, I used to call it the blackball game. They blackball us, but like I said, man, I already seen what God got from me.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. If you was just to cut a record, like I'm telling you, bro.
My Marcy May series. When you see this, hold up. When you see the trailer to what I'm going, Giggle the record right there. Right. That shit gonna break numbers.
I promise you, JC will talk to you in the record.
Why? Listen to me. Just thinking it on this level, right? If it was about the money, right? If it was about any money,
yeah.
How much money you think they'd give us for if me and Jay was together to do a film? Them numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can't put this shit to the side and say, yo, this is what we gonna do.
Right.
It's something way deeper. And that's why I talk about it, because I want you to say what happened, because there's more issues there. It's gotta be.
Because we talked about the first thing.
Yeah. So
that's bro. This is what I'm saying and telling you. This is what will drive you insane. Trying to figure out what.
Right.
Is it just this?
Right.
Because this is all I know. Because if it ain't that, is it the snitch? Is it your informant? Friend? Did they come to you or did they get you? When did they get you?
Right.
Is that what you hiding? Is that what it is? Because this don't make no sense.
So that would be the question. What is it?
What is it?
Why did you do this to me?
That would be the only question. Why?
Why do you think? Why do you think?
Because
the switch up sounds crazy.
I just said that he didn't know how to handle it.
So
bro.
you get out of jail, he start rocking with the other side?
It was already rocking. I had to put two and two together later.
Did he try to backdoor you?
It's almost like this. Like I said, you see the You Ain't No Cop J. Rude post. It's almost like, when did they come to you and say, yo, look, we're gonna let you rock. Somebody gonna have to take the fall though. You understand? We got Emory and such, and we're gonna throw DeHaven in because I wasn't around for that investigation. So we're gonna throw DeHaven in. So when they threw me in, and as the case revels, Emory take his plea deal, my other co-defendant take his plea deal, and I fight. I'm fighting. I got my lawyer in my ear talking about, yo, if I could get you 20 years, if I can get you 20, would you take 20? Because I ain't got no off on the table. They want the L from me. And I'm telling my lawyer, nigga, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. The fuck, what we doing here?
Right.
You understand? Well, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. And I ain't gonna take 20. 20 is life to me. We gonna fight. Then when I do look at the paperwork, I'm not in none of the paperwork. You got this, you got a wiretap for 29 seconds with a snitch calling me, asking me for shit, and then I'm telling him, nah, I don't even know what you're talking about. That's my evidence. I'm gonna use that. Because he reaching out to me. I ain't doing nothing. So when Every go do his time and I get out, I fight, I win my case.
I'm gonna let these niggas. I'm gonna let these I'm gonna let these I'm gonna let these
Tight. I'm tight. That shit got me so tight, son. I almost bust a tear in there to listen to this nigga just try to take everything I fucking work for and tell me that this nigga's not a snitch and this is a civilian. Like, it's a difference. Informant. No, he said an informant and a snitch and a rat is different. I don't understand that shit.
Yo, let me tell you, nigga, I called that nigga phone 100 times. That nigga was not up the phone. He gonna say on the air, yo, choke, chill. This ain't a free for all. Nigga, I'm not making it a free for all. But you ain't gonna sit up here and be motherfucking lying talking about she was a civilian pushing no motherfucker. A civilian don't get
first of all, he pushing the wrong narrative because we want to know how Jay got around her. When did she infiltrate inside of there? He not asking none of these questions. He's dancing around all the real shit.
Yo, the nigga went from the first segment, when he came back, that nigga just switched up all his shit and said he called her a fucking civilian, my nigga. Just for, yo,
and
nigga,
I watched these niggas.
She got caught with the 35 bricks. 98, she got caught again. How the fuck is she a civilian?
Yo, I don't underfucking know how long. You know what? I should have seen this coming. Any type of way you take 3 fucking days, 5 days to address this, then you don't fucking know. It ain't for you.
You still ain't got the fucking facts.
You still ain't got it.
Dates. You didn't do no research in 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days.
Yes, he did. He did research. He just wanted to learn how to wash it down. He wanted to learn how to wash it down. Yo, the same way. Yo, listen, my nigga. Me and Flex had that same conversation. He tried that same wash down shit with me. We had a decent conversation. He was telling me about, I was talking to him about my book. The nigga told me the same shit. He asked me, he said, yo, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? Make this, you gonna tell it all in the book. So for these street niggas, for your homeboys, the ones that's not gonna buy your book, because they don't buy books. He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just tone it down, wash it down. In other words, make Jay look good. And then I even support and endorse your book at Hot 97. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, my nigga. I knew he was fraudulent. And then I watched these niggas gang up on motherfucking academics. Like, yo, he's a civilian. That's a civilian. You understand? That's a fucking civilian. And then you got Meek going at him like, oh, this is for the street, this is the street. After you just called Shorty Pops a snitch. What? What kind of shit is that? But you okay with Desiree helping you out, though? Yo, these niggas are disrespecting all the niggas in the streets. Period. All across the board.
This
And
nigga
on top,
he couldn't even say Fat Joe name. He wouldn't say the Locks name. He wouldn't say Jim Jones name. Yeah, Jay-Z signed all his enemies. You know, I ain't gonna say niggas' names. We know who the fuck it is. Like, come on, man. Yo, my nigga. I'm gonna try to stay as calm as I can. But this here,
I'm sweating. You know how cold it is out this bitch? I sweat.
This shit that was saying calling her a civilian. Yo,
I couldn't hear no more.
Jump out the window without opening that shit.
Yo, son, I had to come out. I know I was gonna be yelling. I had to come all the way outside to be like, nah, this nigga ain't for real. This nigga really got on the radio. And said she a civilian. Explain that to the niggas that she got locked up. Explain that. I just gave you an explanation of a civilian. I'm a civilian. You understand? I done my time. I done the crime. I paid my dues. I come home. I got a job. I'm good. I'm paying my taxes. I'm a civilian. You're not no civilian. There's no such thing as a rat being a civilian. That's your name now. 5K1. That's your name now. In the streets. Yo, you know.
I'm feeling it right now. Listen. It's a lot of shit I'm about to say. I need y'all to pay attention. It's a lot I'm gonna get off my chest right now. I need y'all to pay attention. The world is full of hate right now. The world, the energy is full of hate right now. And I'm gonna show you a lot of things. I'm gonna show you a lot of things right now. I got a list, right? I'm a vent. But listen, the music video drops in 45 minutes, so I'm gonna make this quick. I got a list right here, right? I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna show you how this rap game, right? I'm gonna show you how this rap game is full of liars, right? I'm gonna show you how this rap game is full of rats, right? I'm gonna show you how this rap game really works, right? I'm the hottest artist right now. I'm telling you that for a fact. People don't want to hear it. People are gonna be like, no, but what about this person? No, wait, what about this person? What about this person? But they never gonna admit the facts, right? I'm gonna prove to you something right now. Watch. So the rap game right now will try to do something that's called blackballed, right? Where they blackball somebody is where they don't want you to win, but they don't give you no radio. But you can't stop this. When you get 700, right? This is normal live, right? 700. Like this, the world just needs acceptance. The world is full of people are miserable out there, right? People are dumb miserable. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna start off with Meek Mill, right? I'm gonna start off with Meek, right? And look, you need this clout. I'm not clout chasing because I got more followers than you. I'm more popping than you. You know this, right? I'm gonna show you something real quick, right? Let's turn this camera. How you turn it? Let me see if I click it twice. All right. So Desiree Perez, right? Desiree Perez, and people don't want to hear this, but look, I'm gonna show you this. Listen, I don't got no animosity to Desiree, but people just want to pick and choose when they want to pick and choose, right? Meek Mill, you're first, right? You're going to be first. All right, so Desiree Perez, right? She's an executive at Rock Nation. She's an executive at Rock Nation. Desiree Perez was arrested, right? Desiree Perez is a Rock Nation executive that works with Meek Mill. Matter of fact, let me show you. She works with Meek Mill. She's right here, look. What is that? Meek Mill pleads guilty to old gun charges served, right? So people pick and choose who's this? This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. Meek Mill, Desiree Perez. Let's find out who's Desiree Perez. So you see her right here with Jay-Z. You see her with Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? She's an executive at Rock Nation. There she goes right here, right? Let's see who Desiree Perez is, right? Got you right now. Give me one right here. Look, Desiree Perez. So let's go to the Daily News, right? Let's go to the New York Daily News. Okay, let's go to the Daily News. The story that spooked Dash revealed how Perez, the wife of longtime Jay-Z wingman Juan Perez, became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s. Again, this is public information. This is public information. Desiree Perez became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s after her 1994 arrest for possession of 35 kilos of cocaine. Perez struck a deal with the feds, agreeing to wear a hidden wire to record her meetings with major cocaine traffickers, the cartel. Her undercover informant work won her courtroom praise for federal prosecutors, as did mine, after she helped them break up major drug dealers in Puerto Rico and Colombia.
I'm gonna let these niggas.